be mentored or tutored by one of the greatest minds in engineering in Africa, we're all bound to make some mistakes. And that's what the story of our guest on this week's edition of the Untold here on Ghanaweb TV will teach us. The story of Fiavi Kweku Mauto is one that would inspire you. Also, here is a catch. This young man, beyond all his creativity, learnt none of this from the classroom, a naturally born creative. Welcome once again to this week's edition of The Untold here on Ghanaweb TV. Let's bring you all of the details right after this. Born an Ewe, Promise starts off his story by telling us how it is that he was raised as an Asante.
My name is Fiavi Kweku Mauto. Other people call me Promise based on how I was born. So basically, my dad is an Ewe. By blood, I'm an Ewe, but I was raised by an Asante man. So I was being adopted into the Asante family. So my dad and my mom are alive. I have 6 siblings. They are all alive. So we were all living in Accra. I was born in Nansuma, DC. So my youngest brother, that was our last born, that is Apostle Safo. Because of him, I'm here today.
To be named Promise was not just mere coincidence or chance, and he shares the fine details.
When my parents was about to give birth to me, there was a prophecy. That is why I'm called Promise. So after I was giving birth, the man asked them to bring me to him when I'm old enough. So after I completed JSS, they brought me here, and I couldn't continue schooling because the man saw something in me and he wanted to grow me up.
But very soon in his life, he learned the hard way on giving up on certain dreams to be able to achieve other greater ones.
Initially, I wanted to be a footballer. I love football so much, so I wanted to be a footballer. But when I came, he was like, no, that is not my path. I need to focus on what is in me. So when I came, I was fixed to a certain portion into the company, that is the pattern making department. What we do is we produce any given artifact that is being given to us, which is being forwarded for foundry, that is casting. So basically, I was taught how to manipulate or duplicate any given artifact, and that will be forward for casting.
Doing art for the last 12 years, Promise says his biggest trick has been learning the skill of being observant rather than being engulfed in a lot of youthful exuberances.
It's been 12 years now since I've been here, and it's all about work. Because of that, I was taught how to observe things, not to get involved in any activities, that is parties, friendship, so many things. What I do is focus on the work, what I can do for myself, and what is given to me, how I can grow on it and then inspire the world. So through there, I realized I have this strong ability. I have this strong imaginative ability. Whatever I set my eyes on, or whatever I picture, I can then bring to reality. So from there, I began to sculpt things out. So whatever I get, any material that I find, I just try to do something with it, create something with it, whatever is inside here. So that is what I've been doing.
He lost friends because work became his only friend. But he admits this also allowed him to explore a lot of his creativity.
At first, I was really having fun with it. I wasn't thinking about the business aspect or the money aspect. It was just fun, because that was the only thing that I have. I don't have friends. I don't have friends though. So the only friends that I have was my work and what I can do. So as time goes on, people will see them and will be like, wow, hey, where's Scout? Where's Scout? Where's Scout? But I'm not much concerned about the money though. I'm much concerned about what I can do, how people get inspired or how people get happy when they see the work. So that was what was happening till, I think that was 2 years ago, when he was like, yo, what you're doing is enough. There's money in it, so okay, you will not go, but you'll be here and I will then get your company for you. Then you can be within the company and do whatever you want to do. So as time goes on, if you feel like going, you can go.
Being an adopted grandchild of Apostle Safo, Promise came to learn another difficult life lesson, that not everyone needs to be schooled formally to attain certain heights in their lives.
So what I'm talking about, I'm talking about Apostle Dr. Safo. He was the one who adopted me into his family. And then he is the one who has been taking care of me since my childhood. And he's the more reason why I didn't attend or continue education there. Because he felt like what is within, it wouldn't go with what I'm going to learn at school. Really, I wanted to be a footballer, like I said, but going to school, I don't know if I were to continue schooling, I don't think I will be able to be doing what I wanted to do, because all my life I just feel like being myself. I'm the reserved type. I want to do things my own way. I don't want to do things the way regular thing. No, I just want to take my own path, face the challenges, and then create something out of it. That is me. So when he saw that in me, he took time and then grew me up. Do this, take this out, do this in life. That is what you have to do.
Does he consider his upbringing a challenging one? Promise thinks otherwise, because he says he has come to understand the uniqueness of the path he is taking.
He always said this, life is all about capital U. So he tells me, you came here, you came on this earth for a purpose. So you should find out your sole purpose and then know how to work around it. That is the reason why you came here. So when he told me that, okay, at first I wasn't getting it clear, because I was like, yo, we should have fun. But he was like, it's not about fun. We are not here because of fun. We are here to inspire other people. We are here to work on our sole purpose. That is why we're here. So what I always remember is he always say like, life is all about you, capital U, how you make it. So whatever you do should be you shouldn't do something that will affect the third party. So it should always be like, you have to be a stepping stone to inspire other people. So that is what keeps me going most of the time. But just that when you're taking this path, it takes you away from so many things. There are so many sacrifices that you have to do. You have to take away certain things so that you will be more focused on what you want to achieve in life. So he taught me a lot. Financially, everything, he is the responsible for me being who I am today.
It might appear Promise's story is one of being born with a golden spoon in his mouth, but he says he has also had a taste of poverty. He considers himself lucky because he had a good teacher.
Even if you have what it takes to inspire the world, if you don't have certain things, that certain ingredient that will speed you up or spice you up, you can still not make it. Especially if you don't have a good teacher, someone who can lead you in life. For me, I'm lucky. Even though I have not furthered my education that far, I had a good teacher, someone who knew the path, someone who was able to push me along the way. Man, this place. Sometimes, it got to a time, sometimes Apostle will just mislead you. Then you go and then you crash. When you come back, then he will tell you, good. Mistakes, it's good for you to make mistakes in life. It makes you harder in life.
Through his art, Promise dreams of solving some problems of this world.
I'm not a materialistic guy. That is okay. I was being tamed to. So I'm not moved by materials. I'm moved by what I can do. I want to be the reason why someone sees me and be like, wow, I can do it. Wow, hey, this guy was able to do it. Yeah, I want to be the reason why someone is being uplifted. So I'm not moved by trending things, material things. No, I want to solve problems. I want to solve people's problems. So I just look at the problem around and then I fixed it into what I want to do.
The young man as he is, Promise confesses that there was a point in his life where he felt a great aura of loneliness around himself.
It got to a time I was very lonely because Apostle wouldn't let you go out, no phone, no parties, nothing. It's all about work 24/7. So it got to the I don't have past mates like schoolmates, best friends, those kind of things. So it got to the I realized I was sinking. So the only place I can talk, and I don't like talking much, so I talk through my artworks. That is where I discover I can do things with my arms. So what I want to say, I'll just put it through my artworks. So some artworks talks about gratitude. For instance, it got to a time that I wanted to set up a business. That was a food business, and I picked people who were close to me, thinking, if you have people who are close to you, things might grow up. Because I love teamwork. I want to achieve things with the people that are around me, people that I love. But I got to realize human beings, you can never predict human being. Humans, we are something else.
Promise believes that being an introvert, this has helped him to master the ability of being patient, a trait that has helped him perform better at his craft.
When they let me down, the grief and how I felt, I printed into my art piece. That is gratitude. When way back when I felt like I was in poverty, when I couldn't explore, I couldn't bring out what I was meant to do, then I created the Escape from Purgatory. I printed that one into the art piece. Yeah. So when I got to understand nature, that there's life in everything, I created the other piece behind you. So that is what I used to do. Instead of me talking, voicing my feelings out, I implement into my artwork so that it will inspire other people. Like, yeah, when it comes, hey, what piece, then I'll tell you the story or the message behind that kind of thing. So that is how most things happen to be. In everything, there are two sides. So in some way, it has affected my life in a bad way, a little, because since I'm kind of more reserved, when times come where I need to express myself, like I need to open up, because I believe in the kind of education I believe is what we having right now. At the end of the day, I learn something, you also learn something. So practically, if I'm able to open up, basically I'm going to learn something out of what we are going to share. But since I'm more reserved, I most of the time keep mute and observe things. But the best part for me being in that state, I have the the power to observe things and then get to know things very well.
The best lesson he has learned from studying under the great Apostle Safo is the one about being truthful.
Talking about Apostle, I've learned so much from him, because there's this thing it talks about when it comes to work. He will be like, "Oh, first job, infant pisca." So whatever you're doing, make sure you do it to your maximum point, because the first work is not for income. That is what for short, he will be like, let your work talk for you, don't do the talking. So whatever if you really want to do it, just work your ass off, try and then get to the very last bottom of it, so that your work can talk for you. So
what has been your most challenging thing in life? That was my next question to him.
The most challenging, there are a lot though. Ups and downs in life. I do meet challenges. Like, okay, let's say, you see, since I was being tamed from the outside world, even though I'm in Ghana, I always say here is not Ghana, because the kind of system here is different from outside there. So the most challenging thing is, one, I do feel like I'm behind time. I'm not able to cope with other beings outside. I'm talking about other people outside. I said almost speed you up. I'm a kind of a bit slow. That is one. And two, how to sell my things out, how to sell myself. I always want my work to talk for me, rather than me selling myself like, yo, I can do this, I can do that, I can do this. And the third, the most challenging is, even though I'm living with money, it's hard for you to get the money. I know if you are getting me. Even though I know if I go to that, I want to do this, then I'm going to get it. You will not get it that simple compared to other people who might get it simple, because he wants you to pass through the hell to get, so that when you get it, you will know how to value what you have right now.
Regrets? Let's hear what he has to say.
I love what I do, and I love who I've become. The little regrets I will say I have is, even that one quite minor. It's I don't have friends. I don't have people that I can look up to and say, and these are my friends, these are the people that I hang up with. No. That is what I would say. Yeah. Personally, but when publicly, maybe I would say, apart from say the system, it's natural, like it's normal. The system is not working effectively to support whatever we want to do.
On display in Promise's little studio are a number of art pieces with many depths, but he breaks them down for us. He also shows us what his perfect piece is.
Growing up, I got to understand life. Life isn't easy as it is. So when I came to understand life, I got to realize there are a lot, when talk about life, there are a lot into it. Life wasn't programmed to be easy the way it should be. It's a puzzle that one needs to fix. I'm talking about your soul script, the purpose. If you're able to fish out the purpose of you the reason why you are on this earth. So most of my art piece here are based on life philosophy and life itself. So talking about this, but most of them are not done completely, maybe 80 to 75%. So talking about this talks about hear evil, don't hear evil, speak no evil, view no evil. So that is this. This talks about our democracy, our system, talking about the country we live inside here. Democracy is, let me say, a little bit messed up, because I know democracy is a system that is not used to govern a country, because it's a freedom of justice or whatever it is. So everyone is entitled to do whatever it is, even if it's going to help or not help the country. But we have original born leaders who were drafted or brought to this earth to govern our country. So talking about other countries, they have people who are picked to govern a country, not the public. So this can ever talk about chieftaincy. They are original born with it to be a leader. We are not picked like a mandatory system. So this one talks about democracy. This one talks about the brain, the key to life. Your whole being, everything depends on your mind. For you to be successful, for you to be poor, whatever it is, it's all based on your mind. So if you're able to master your mindset over your emotion, you can make it in life. This one talks about blacks. Blacks is beauty. Talking about acts, it's we blacks. The way we talk, the way our culture, our food, our dress, everything. So black is golden. This one talks about a philosophy in life, the struggle in life. You can see the hand is penetrating through the rocks. So in life, when you are determined, focused, and you have aim, you can penetrate through any struggle in life. So you can see the blood rectifying whatever it is. This one talks about our country, Ghana. I'm not done though. I'm not done. This one talks about it projects the number of resources we have in Ghana, and the second one here talks about the other way around. We have been all the resources, but still Ghana is still not having its original pay. This one too talks. This is my perfect piece. This talks about a broken portal. We have ups and downs in our life. Humans sometimes makes us shifts from our main core. So talking about a broken portal, we all have our inner God that talks to us, that directs us. We are God in our own image. When it comes to this earth, this planet, we are God. We are God. So when your portal is complete, that is where you are able to communicate with your inner God. But if it is broken due to the ups and downs in life, that is when you are not able to communicate with your inner God. So you do whatever will serve you right, not your rightful purpose. So this is a broken portal. So talking about this is I think the bigger of this section, and this one talks about blacks and its slavery. So you can see the hand depicting the white man and the black skin depicting we blacks, as here how the white has enslaved us by being enlightened with the truth of the originality of we the blacks. Okay. Sure. This one I was being inspired by a movie that I spied. That was Thor. So I was being inspired but the original concept was to be upside down. That is to project Okonfa-Noche knife, the one that he used to. He is a god, so that is the initial idea for this one talks about the power of the tank, how powerful our tank is, how you should be very mindful of what you say, because that might work. It not might work, it will work. The powerful of the tongue. So the gesture of the tongue it projects when you are in the other side. That is when you are in the bad side. You should know of what you say, so that you know the effect of what it might bring. This one talks about social media, how people are living that fake life. So you can see the gesture inside, the person is in pains. But if we are able to turn the social media to educate ourselves, we're projecting the raw and unfiltered situation in our community to solve other problems and even to motivate other problems. That will be more better than we projecting the life of let me say a fake life. You can see people projecting money and stuff, which is making other people feel like I'm not catching our problem. So if we can be real to ourselves, okay, that one will help. So this one talks about the social media aspect. This one is my favorite piece that talks about the old gods. We have gods in our midst. So we are God who takes a form of humans, but within they are living gods. So like talking about Kwame Nkrumah, there are so many gods that came to Ghana. They have invaded Ghana. So this one talks about those pieces. So with the Plaques aspect, luckily we've worked with most people like TV3, TV Africa, TV3, that is Talented Kids, and then Ghana Most Beautiful. TV Africa, that was Amazing Child. We work with Jima, we work with Spotlight, most of them. We've worked with Ghana Rising Star. We've worked with most people that I can even count off here. So and then Ghanaweb Excellency Award as well too. So we've worked with so many people that I can't even count off here. Sure. I have in the spring department, we have the construction. Okay, so I have roughly 20 to 25 workers. Talking about my company, it's a segmental company, so that there are various segments within it. So with the arts section, that is my outlet piece, so I do them alone. But when it comes to the plaques, I have the spring department that takes care of that one. So I have 2 spring guys, and then with the plaques section, I have 5 workers. When it comes to the construction, which my big sis is heading, he's like an architectural drawing. So he and she and the workers, that is almost like 15 workers so far. Yeah. So the other department, that is the wooden, we do indoors decorations, then sofas, then stuff. So that aspect too, we have workers. So it's a segment where each segment has its own workers. Unlike this part that I do alone, the other part we have workers over there who do work there. Okay, so basically these art pieces are not for sale. The initial idea was to educate Ghanaians on the value of the art piece, because looking at the other countries, artworks do really sell, but here we don't patronize artworks. Hey, but when the white guys come here, they'll be like, wow, that is money. So okay, so I realized that it's the perception. They don't really understand the worth of the artwork. So okay, I'm going to use this to educate my fellow Ghanaians. So be like, oh, this is they should know the reason why we draft something like this. These are written knowledge that has been encrypted into the art piece that need to be decoded. So that is what for the arts aspect. Even though looking at our previous and the future, we're just praying that a time will come that our people will get the value or the perception, that perception of the low valueness of the art piece will vanish, and then they'll also embrace the importance or the worth of our art piece, because blacks, we're talking about artworks, it's we blacks. We are the definition of blacks.
Young as he is, Promise believes the country can do better for the creative arts industry, and this is how.
We, the youngest artists in Ghana, wouldn't travel from here to other countries to go and then improve that country. But we want to be here to be able to improve our mother Ghana as well. So any positive person out there who would love to support the movement of the creative industry, they should really help, and then so that we can also project whatever we have inwardly too, so that the next generation who will come after us will also have a part to step on or pass through.
This story of Promise truly begs the question about the kind of concentration and attention we give to the creative arts industry. But we hope that you've been truly inspired, as we always do here on The Untold, here on Ghanaweb TV, with me, Etsey Atisu. Remember, there is news for you when you log on to www.ghanaweb.com. And as always, be kind to one another.